size my setup.
Okay, so when you're a maker or a DIYer, there's something about DIY and everything. I think DIY starts to stem from you see something you want or need, or you're bootstrapping and trying to save a buck, and so you're like, screw it, I'll just make it myself. Ooh, hawk. Anyway, so I have these screen printing clips, but I did not actually purchase a whole screen printing setup because I thought, oh, I'll just get the clips and DIY. Let's wait for the old lady. Come on, girl. Come on, Freya. Come on. Come on, girl.
I think this is looking probably pretty doable. About here.
Let's go cut this thing. Let's go cut it and sand it and screw it. So I realized as I was sanding that this might all look like, oh, I started MotoBella Vintage, and then suddenly I had this workshop, and suddenly I had all these tools and these skills, and I just decided, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. But that's actually not the case. And what I want to speak to here is this: take a look at your life and look at what over time, the things you have invested in, the skills you've invested in, the things that really lit you up. And maybe at the time it just seemed like an improvement of self or an investment in a hobby or some project you wanted to make. But ultimately, what I have discovered when it comes to those things is they're foundational skills that are leading up to your bigger vision. And you may not even know that that's what it is at the time. So, for example, all this woodworking skills that I have, and even my base tool set, came out of when I lived in Albuquerque a little over half a decade ago. There's a workshop there. It's called the Dovetail Workshop, and I highly recommend this place if you live in the Albuquerque area. Look it up. They have a website, and it's this huge wood shop community, and they have every single wood tool you can think of, and they run classes all the time. When I lived there, I joined this community and I just started taking these classes because I didn't have my own wood shop. I became a member, and what that leads to is once I had that base confidence and had built a few projects within the classes, that as a member, I now have access to all the tools anytime I want, really, to work on any project I want. And it was freaking fantastic because once I had that base foundation, I took off. I would walk down to the bosque and go collect fallen cottonwood branches and cut them up and make little candle holders and sell those. I just brought that into my tool bag of my life skills, which allows me to now have the tools that I have now and be here on site by myself in my own little workshop and have the knowledge and the wisdom and the skills and the safety knowings to get an end product that I want. And so I'll have an idea like this. This is why DIY works for me, because I have over a lifetime developed skills in all these different areas that I can go, okay, I don't have to go buy a full 4 screen print setup. There are these clip options, and I've got wood in the shed, and I've got the tools, and I know what I need. And for a starter to just get going, I can crank out a base for my screens on a Sunday morning. If you're feeling called to learn something or take on a new skill, especially if it's something like these bigger tools like woodworking, or for me now, the laser cutter, and also all the metal, like the metal CNC cutters, the welding, those things used to scare the crap out of me. But if there's something going on in your area where it is an environment where you can learn, you can have access to these tools, you can build that confidence, there's some community around you to support you through any fear blocks or obstacles to make sure that you are doing it safe, 100% pursue it. Rearrange something in your budget, effing Netflix subscription, and go get a, like here, Maker Lab membership or Dovetail membership or something online if it's online that you can learn. You will feel so empowered. You will start having ideas of projects and things that you want to make, or you'll see something that's mass produced by corporations over in China and you're like, I can make that. And my hands are going to be on it, and I'm going to know where the resources came from it. And I might even like get with a friend and we'll have an afternoon together of being creative. And that has so much more value and meaning than just going and clicking a buy now button on Amazon. And you'll just keep building on that, and your projects and the things that you create will get more and more complex and more in depth and bigger, perhaps. All I can say is do it. And if you don't want to do that and you can't do that, but you still value the handmade aspect of things and the making of something where that person put their time and energy and spirit into what they're making, and they know where the raw materials come from, and you value that, and you'd rather get something is infused with that value, hit me up. If you don't want to do it yourself, hit me up. Find somebody in your area or me or someone who is doing it, who wants to help. I don't know if that's a honeybee or a wasp. I think it's a honeybee. Yay! A hummingbird went by this morning too, first one of the season. Yeah, find someone and invest. Invest in them and invest in you and invest in that collaboration. Because that matters. It matters. It matters to the planet, it matters to you, it matters to the maker, and we need to matter. We need to matter. All right, get creating.